I felt very shaken by just the sheer enormity of what I had gone through. Good morning, beautiful. So I wanted to share with you some video that I took this past weekend while I attended a workshop of sorts. All of us have had losses, have had traumatic life experiences, or even had wonderful experiences in our life. And those things drastically change who we are. Myself, I went through 2 major relationship changes. One was a very ugly divorce with 3 children. I remember the birth of my first child in particular was a huge life change. Everything changes after you have your first kid. And even the following children, not just physically we're talking, I'm specifically talking about mental, emotional. And then probably the most traumatic thing I've been through is the loss of my mom. She was very precious to me, someone who I felt like was one of the few people in my life that knew me. What about you? What experiences in your life have drastically changed who and what you are? So this past weekend I went through an experience that was an intentional experience, and it was the most powerful, positive experience I can say of my adult life. Hands down. The most powerful experience of my adult life, positive change that will affect me for the rest of my life. And you know what? I almost didn't go. Good morning, beautiful. So, day 2 of this conference. Yesterday I was highly resistant to it. I was like, I don't want to go, I don't want to waste my time. I was asking myself, where is this coming from? What does this mean? Why do I feel this way? Is it ego speaking? Is it intuition? If it's intuition, what is it trying to tell me? Why is it trying to tell me it? What could possibly be the reason for not going? And part of me feels like that resistance was a kind of a combination of both voices. It was intuition saying, girl, you better hang on to your panties because your world is about ready to be shaken to the core. And my ego's going, no. When you're listening to that inner voice, it's really hard to know what is it trying to tell me, what is the purpose of this. But probably the most important thing is to really dig in. Like, don't just immediately react. And ego always works on emotion. And that's the one we tend to react to the most, you know, because ego is fear. Ego is, like I said before, like I'll say again, ego is trying to prevent you from change because it is trying to keep you safe. In its only way it knows how. It is a part of yourself, and we need to listen and acknowledge it, because to fight it is to give it more power, because it is a little drama queen. And it will use power however it can get it. It's like the kid that acts out in rebellion just to be heard. That is ego. Even though I felt this huge amount of resistance, I felt the need to push through and see this thing through. And that may have been intuition, because honestly, that's how intuition speaks. It's really just a nudge amongst all the other voices. And it can be really confusing. What I tell you to do when you're learning this is really start evaluating the voices and what you hear and what you feel and what it all means. Try to really figure out what's going on inside. To hear that inner voice, to figure out what it means. Yesterday's resistance was just an indication, I feel like, of a knowing that what was coming was going to change my world. Go ahead, Todd.
So for a while now, I have felt like my ego has been in its death throes, but really, like, it was refusing to die. It was like...
It won't. I mean, it doesn't.
It was in charge, and it was running the show, and this is really helping me. Like, my rackets aren't going away. Like, when I got up to speak, that voice was sitting there going, who are you? You've shared this story 3 times now. Like, you're this attention whore that needs to share it in front of 200 people. Like, and you've been to Toastmasters. Like, you're not that scared of public speaking.
Yeah,
yes,
like our egos fight. Oh my gosh, the voice never does shut up, because it is a part of who we are, trying to protect us on some level, it thinks it's trying to help us, and it will fight change to the nth degree. And sometimes when we are trying to change and grow and become something more, right? That resistance, like what I was feeling yesterday. Holy cow, that resistance. And even I feel like I'm the person who's always like, hey, there's a life-changing event, we need to go.
Yeah,
like,
you're the like instigator of that stuff, but even still, it's...
and then even I resist. I'm like, no, I've changed my mind. I want to go back home and I want to do this. Yeah, but yeah, when we push through that discomfort, when we know we're somewhere safe, when we know there isn't real danger, and we push through that discomfort, wow, right?
Yes, because like, what was the thing? We would rather be right than be happy. We would rather be right than break through the stuff that's holding us back.
The next event, right? That moment of decision. Do we do this? Do we not? Oh, there's that discomfort again, and it's like a little bit of panic, a little bit of fear. Is this possible, or is this an indication? Is this the discomfort we need to push through to get through to do it? And making those decisions hard as fuck, right?
Yes, making those decisions and standing up for ourselves and saying, this is what I want to do, even though it's scary. I don't even know who I'm saying hi to. I'm saying hi to you because I love your face. And
Exactly. I really hope you liked those video clips that I shared with you. Those are just pieces of what me and my friend experienced this weekend. It was a very powerful, powerful weekend. But the whole point of what I was sharing was not just to tell you about my own experience, but to help you relate to what is going on inside you as you're seeking out your own inner truth. It's really important that you know what you're listening for, what to do, how to kind of interpret all that. It's really important stuff. And you'll see more and more of my videos coming up about how to determine those voices, what do they mean, and not just intuition and ego. Those are some things I'm talking about right now. I have a lot of more ideas for this channel, so please subscribe, hit that subscribe button, that notification button, really important, so you know when I post a video. I am hoping to bring you a video every week, maybe even a little more depending on how things work out. And tell me what you want to hear. Tell me what things that are really come up in your mind. What does it mean to have inner truth? What do you do with it once you learn? I want to hear about you. I want to know about your life. Share with me what's going on in your life. And then comment below, subscribe, make sure you get the notifications and all that great stuff. Have a wonderful day. You got this.